representative for Indonesia Institute of Technology, Department of Architecture, for Mahasiswa Berprestasi 2016. If we talk about Indonesia, then that comes in our mind in archipelago consisting of approximately 30, 40, 66 islands with a population of over a million people. With a variety of demographic heterogeneity and breadth stretch of administrative regions in Indonesia make this country as the country with the complexity of the construction is quite high. Practically, it is also that in fact a wide range of gaps in limitation of the development of this country in various sectors. Construction is one of the things vital for the progress of the country, be it construction infrastructures, economic development, and development of natural resources, of the human resources, and even the development of political freedoms and voice their opinions as the reflections of the has become a reality as the whether expresses the first, namely social justice for all Indonesian people, not just a government who plays an active role in the development of this country, not just the executive body, not just judiciary, not just legislature. We are all involved and have the rights and the obligation in the welfare of this country irrespective of race, regions, ethnicity, allegiance, and islands, and many others. Indonesia not just about Jakarta, was also not just about the president and his staff or all the people. All of them must play a role in the issues related to development in this country. However, if all efforts of the people government policy of the distribution of the development can unite different restrictions of this country, of course, everything requires a process. If we look in the mirror in the United States, it's only natural that the country could be as advanced as it is today because they are much more used to the independence rather than Indonesia. And if we look in the mirror in Singapore, then it's only natural that the country could be advanced as it is today because the administrative region, they are not covering Indonesia. As 2015 announced that Indonesia GDP ratio is 0.40, decrease compared with the previous one in March 2015 amount, while the coalition of improvement in the economy of Indonesia. However, the World Bank stated the contrary. The World Bank expressed review warning increase the widespread inequality have imagined in our mind that inadequately, especially in Java, are in fact more fed in allocation of the development funds. The country still has imbalance of the economy. Then what about the other areas that are less fed the allocation of the development funds in the country? If development is done uneven across the region, the possibility of urbanization of the village to the city will be reduced, and the build-up of the population who are focused on the region will be reduced. In spite of this, we all have to share responsibility in the matter. Equitable development in Indonesia should not be central focus on just one aspect. Many real perspectives that must be realized. In order not only the expectation glitch for the country, effort should be made after handling major sectors, education and health and the economy. Next, Information Economist Region (EOB) from 1999 to 2008 showed very good growth and significant. The number of provinces in Indonesia increased by 21%. The number of districts increased by 41%, and the number of the cities increased by 27%. Is the planning authority of the government at a lifetime like this, preferences of the population no longer be collected through research, but was replaced with the political process, which sometimes doesn't match the reality. But the plans of the future leaders in the campaign of the development can be used as a parameter whether he deserves to be selected or not, because the elected will be useful to the country in absolute terms. Briefly, is not running practical politics, but also use the authority of these policies to the best utilize for the development of the country. For example, if there is an election in an area lacking public facilities or such tools, construction of the school was the one was supposed to be one of the half electric in height. In this case, the community needs to be more intelligent in choosing. It is necessary to analyze the needs of the country before evolving. We need to care about what is happening in the surrounding environment to get a plan in optimal the result of the political process. The political plan needs to be combined with the development plans, such result with the technocrat. And then the development of the disadvantaged areas is something that is so important in the effort to the welfare and the realization of the equitable development in Indonesia. The long-term development as planned in 2004 until 2009, the national has identified that in Indonesia there are 199 areas considered relatively less developed than other regions in Indonesia scale, scattered in the area of the Sumatra, Kalimantan, Papua, and East Nusa Tenggara. The government should enact policies progressive that can have a direct impact on the legend regions in the form of the economic stimulation, injecting allocations of the development funds, the improvement of the public facilities and infrastructure development that have a correlation with each other between each sectors. Indonesia has lofty ideals. After going through many struggles to be free as it is today, but what's the meaning of independence when we make such independence is just a limited of the final destination? Independence is not the end of everything, but the struggle heavier and heavier again. One of the ideals of Indonesia is to protect the people and the country of the Indonesia, promote the general welfare, and educating the national and participate in the establishment of world order. We should not only make it only the extent of expected paradoxical, but we must continue the struggle and state that Indonesia is truly independent and prosperous in many ways. And then, its cooperation are integrated with one another between public and the government. But in the case, the government has considerable a role as a representative of the country's population, and therefore it is not appropriate that we always judge the government on its performance if it's not satisfactory. Thank you very much. I am Ridwan Firhadijaya.